Frozen whispers in the snow. The wind howled like a dying beast, tearing through the skeletal trees that lined the deserted road. Snow swirled in angry gusts, burying everything beneath its icy shroud. In the heart of Black Hollow, a forgotten town nestled deep in the mountains, a lone traveler made his way through the storm. Ethan Carter had never intended to visit Black Hollow. His journey had been rerouted by the relentless blizzard, forcing him to seek refuge in the first town he could find. But as he drove into the snow-cloaked streets, a strange unease settled over him. The place seemed abandoned, no lights in the windows, no movement save for the wind. His car's tires crunched over the thick snow as he pulled up to what looked like an inn. Black Hollow Lodge, the sign read, though the letters were barely visible beneath layers of frost. The structure itself loomed in eerie silence, its dark windows staring like dead eyes. Ethan killed the engine, the sudden quiet pressing against him like a weight. As he stepped out, the cold bit through his coat. He knocked on the heavy wooden door, half expecting no answer. But after a moment, it creaked open, revealing a woman with hollow eyes and skin as pale as the snow outside. "You shouldn't be here," she murmured, her voice barely louder than the wind. Ethan hesitated. "I need a place to stay." "The storm." "The storm brought you," she interrupted, as if she had expected him. She stepped aside, gesturing him in. "Come, before it finds you." A shiver ran down his spine, and it wasn't from the cold. Still, he stepped inside, eager to escape the relentless blizzard. The interior was dimly lit by flickering lanterns, casting long shadows that danced over aged wooden walls. The place smelled of dust and something faintly metallic, like old blood. "I'm Evelyn," the woman said, closing the door firmly behind him. "You're not the first, and you won't be the last." Ethan frowned. "I don't understand." She studied him for a long moment before sighing. "You will." That night, as Ethan lay in the frigid room Evelyn had given him, he heard it for the first time, the whispers. At first, they were barely perceptible, like the sigh of the wind slipping through cracks, but as the night deepened, they grew louder, distinct. "Ethan." He sat bolt upright, heart hammering. The voice was soft, almost pleading, yet undeniably real. He turned toward the frost-rimed window. Beyond it, the snowstorm raged, but in the swirling whiteness he saw them shadows moving against the snow, dark figures standing just beyond the glass. Then came the knocking. Soft at first, a rhythmic tap-tap-tap. Ethan swallowed hard, reaching for his phone, but the screen was dark, unresponsive. "Ethan, help us." The voices slithered through the door, through the walls, through the very air around him. Summoning courage, he crept to the window. As he wiped away the frost, his breath hitched. Faces pale, sunken, eyes black as midnight stared back at him. Their mouths moved in silent screams, their fingers clawing at the glass. He stumbled backward, his breath coming in rapid gasps. Then the door creaked open. Evelyn stood in the doorway, her expression grim. "They've seen you. Now they won't let you leave." The following days blurred together in a nightmarish haze. Ethan was trapped. Each night, the whispers grew more insistent, the figures in the snow pressing closer, their hunger palpable. Evelyn revealed the town's horrifying secret. Decades ago, a group of travelers had sought shelter here, just like Ethan. But something in the storm, something ancient and malevolent, had claimed them, turning them into frozen specters, forever bound to the snow. "They want warmth," she whispered. "They want to take your place." Ethan refused to accept his fate. He scoured the lodge for an escape, but every road out of town vanished beneath an endless sea of white. Desperation clawed at him. Until one night, when the whispers changed. The fire can set us free." Ethan seized onto the idea like a drowning man grasping a lifeline. That night, as the figures gathered outside, he set the lodge ablaze. Flames roared through the aged wood, devouring the curse with it. The spirits screamed long, wailing cries that echoed through the mountains. Then, one by one, they faded into the smoke, their whispers finally silenced. As dawn broke, Ethan stood amidst the smoldering ruins, breathless and exhausted. The storm had passed, revealing a clear sky above. Evelyn was gone. The town was gone. Only the snow remained, untouched and endless. And yet, sometimes, when the wind howled just right, Ethan swore he could still hear them, faint whispers carried on the winter air, forever frozen in snow.